Shalom, my name is Rabbi David Zaslow. The greatest teaching that informed the civil rights movement is the idea that the Israelites were not totally free from being oppressed until Pharaoh in Egypt repented and were redeemed from being oppressors. Reverend King had the spiritual eyes to understand that redemption is not just for the victim, but for the victimizer as well, not just for the oppressed, but for the oppressor too. In 1956, Reverend King taught, "Let us not despair. Let us not lose faith in man and certainly not in God. We must believe that a prejudiced mind can be changed and that man, by the grace of God, can be lifted from the valley of hate to the high mountain of love. Let us remember that as we struggle against Egypt, we must have love, compassion, understanding, and goodwill for those against whom we struggle, helping them to realize that as we seek to defeat the evils of Egypt, we are not seeking to defeat them, but to help them as well as ourselves." In his own lifetime, there were those who criticized Reverend King, saying that nonviolent resistance is weak and that sometimes violence is needed. But King understood that there is an invisible power in nonviolence that no act of violence can ever possess. It is the power of redemption. With the knowledge that it is by the Spirit of God alone that peace and justice can be achieved, Reverend King taught us all how never to let despair rule over hope. We shall overcome. Because we refuse to be ruled by that which divides us. We give ourselves wholeheartedly to that which unites us. We shall overcome. Overcome what? Overcome war, poverty, and the ongoing racism that is endemic in our nation still. So God, I ask you to bless us today as one. Bless us as we honor the prophet of our generation, who taught us the real meaning of shalom is that we need each other.
Hello, my name is Rabbi Julie Benioff from Temple Emek, Shalom. I'm honored to be here today because Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has been an important part of my life for my entire life. Many in Judaism believe that the most important commandment is love your neighbor as yourself. Martin Luther King knew this in his core. He believed it and he lived it. In one of his speeches, Dr. King said, "I know that love is ultimately the only answer to mankind's problems. I'm going to talk about it everywhere I go. And if you are seeking the highest good, I think you can find it through love." I agree. Love opens our hearts, ears, and minds. Love leads us to make space, time, and respect for each other, and it makes way for peace, harmony, and prospering. American Jews have valued, supported, and fought for Dr. King's message of love, perseverance, and justice for Black Americans. I believe this is because of our commitment to loving our neighbors as ourselves, and also because of something we share. We are both a people who have experienced unjust, bias, bigotry, discrimination, hatred, and murder because of who we are. Let us continue to work together to bring about a world of inclusivity, safety, and justice for people of every color, faith, gender, and background. We need each other. And together, I believe we can, as Dr. King dreamed, hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope and sing together, "Let freedom ring." Let us make it so.